newly elected president with a strong and fresh mandate, a man who can spot weakness from a mile away.
That man might replace Trudeau. That'd be nice. And to make matters worse, Canada's fiscal budget deficit came in nearly $62 billion Canadian dollars, which is not real money, but 50% more than Trudeau's promise. This is the liberal dream that Democrats in our country have fought to achieve, and it's crashing in Canada. Take note, America, specifically leftists. Chief reporter for Rebel News, the Canadian-based independent news organization, Sheila Gunn, Reid. Sheila, it's just like, it's so clear, and yet there's still like a huge swath of people in Canada who are like, yes, this is still good. What?
You know, that swath is shrinking, though. I have never seen a conservative surge the way I have in the last 2 years, and that is happening in traditional liberal strongholds. It's happening in Toronto. It's happening on the left coast. It's happening on our east coast. These are places where it's generational liberal voters are shifting away from the Liberal Party, and who could blame them? We used to be a nice place not all that long ago. In 10 years, under 10 years, Justin Trudeau has spiraled Canada into chaos, debt. We've got a rising violent crime rate. We've got a healthcare system that would sooner euthanize you than treat you in any sort of reasonable, timely fashion. Justin Trudeau has everything coming at him that he absolutely deserves, and it's going to be an absolute electoral wipeout in October 2025, which is our next fixed election date, if he survives that long. Yeah, if he survives that long. I mean, so there's talking about him potentially resigning. What happens then? I mean, Trump's already talking about making you guys the 51st state. I mean, I'm here for that. I'm listening. You know, there's some polling data on that's like a week old, so very fresh, on Canadian sentiments about becoming the 51st state. Now, it's a little bit different in the West than it is in the East. In the West, we feel more culturally compatible with our American cousins than we do with the rest of the country that keeps electing Justin Trudeau. But, you know, it's like 25% of Canadians are willing to hear Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump fight it out over who gets to be the governor of Canada. Well, actually, you know, isn't it true like 80 or 90% of Canada's population lives within like 15 or 20 miles of the U.S.-Canadian border? That is true. Yeah, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, that's where everybody lives. And so it would be very easy for you guys to just come up and just say, thanks, we're taking this. Yeah, I'm actually, so look, I would buy like swaths of land up there for hunting if that happened. I mean, you know, I obviously wouldn't own land in another country, but if it became the 51st state, I'd be here for it. All right, so Trudeau spoke out yesterday, and instead of addressing his mistakes, he decided to attack people like yourself. Roll this.
Over 150 years of Liberal history. In the meantime, the Conservatives have changed their names multiple times and changed their values. But I remember when Conservative stood for protecting our institutions instead of trying to tear them down. Just look at their current leader. His slogans are all about cutting taxes, but put an actual tax cut on the table, and he votes against it.
It's hard for me to hate that guy more.
You know what? I struggle, but I get there every single day. The man has absolutely no self-awareness whatsoever. His so-called tax cut, by the way, was taking the sales tax off Christmas trees. Canadians are suffering an inflationary crisis. We've got an escalating carbon tax that is added every step along the way of the supply chain. People can't afford food. Northern Canadians, this is a new report, Northern Canadians are coming down with scurvy because they can't afford fresh vegetables. And this guy is taking jabs at the Conservatives. He's been in charge for 10 years.
You literally have people starving to an extent that they're eating potatoes for every meal of the day?
Yes, in northern communities.
Oh.
Of scurvy, as though our Canadian fellow Northerners are, 17th century pirates. This is the 2025, and we have Canadians with scurvy in Justin Trudeau's Canada.
That's unbelievable. Like that, shocking to me. And this is the guy also who froze truckers' bank accounts. This guy's a mess. Sheila Gunn, Reid, I really hope that we can do something for you guys. Maybe make you the 51st state, or just give you a Pauvier. He'd be great.
That'd be great.
All right.